So was thinking about this. I have a whole list of a bunch of topics and stuff like that. But it has anybody here ever had a trouble with procrastination or getting things done?
Yes.
Hello. Okay. And what I kind of thought we'd like start with this. I'd just like you to like imagine a world where every beep, every buzz, every ring, as every notification doesn't pull us away from what truly matters. Because it seems like that, today we're expected to be on call, ready to jump on every email. Have you ever gotten a phone call from somebody who goes, "Hey, I messaged you, you did not respond." Yes, because I'm the guy who will do that. Okay. And like thousands of years ago, in the 70s, there was this fellow by the name of Tom Watson. He was the CEO of IBM, and he is quoted in saying, "An executive who is too busy for his family is a poor executive." And that's just kind of flipped like out into outer space out here. I mean, business now, corporations and larger businesses, bigger 100 employees or more, are purposely understaffed and underfunded, and they expect the employees to pick up the slack without additional compensations so the shareholders can make more dough. Yeah, sounds about right, doesn't it? So, what's the plan? How do we find a way to get our stuff done without missing out on life? Where we're creating a balance where we work, we play without feeling pulled in a million directions. So, in terms of procrastination, have you ever wondered why we put things off? Like there's this big invisible button that says, "I'll do that later." And the question is why do we hit that button? And the short answer is that there's two really, really big reasons. One of them is fear. We may not, maybe we don't know what to do. Maybe, maybe we're worried that we're going to mess something up or whatever. But this isn't about being afraid of spiders or heights. This is about perfection. And that kind of fear makes us freeze up and you say, "Okay, I'll do that tomorrow or later when I'm perfect." And the other one, a lot of times, nobody bothered to ask you if you wanted to do something. You just got handed to you. And we're going to address this here in a second. The second part of this is not living by our core values. Okay, so and we'll talk about this, about getting our projects aligned with our core values. And this isn't, I'm hoping that today isn't going to be one of the where you think that I'm going to, tell you to gird your loins and, head forward and, just do what you do, because that is, I think that that's what they want you to do. But I'm hoping that today will be a way of creating a sustainable methodology that will allow you to be more productive. You may not be as productive as they want you to be, but over a period of time, you will outperform everyone else without making you crazy. And I'm going to talk about four things that you got. A lot of you guys have already heard all this stuff. So if you want to do the eye roll now, go ahead. But I'm just going to repeat because you have these skills. Number one is if somebody gave you a task, somebody gave you a project, and they're going, Debbie, we got to get this done. And you're like, oh, goody. I wasn't thinking about going home or having lunch. Here, let me have it. Do you do a well-formed outcome on these projects that are handed to you? A well-formed outcome, even something simple, and I use this example a lot, getting a cup of coffee, getting a cup of coffee requires a goal. I'm going to get up, I'm going to go make coffee, I'm going to, bring it back, and I'm going to like drink my coffee. That is still a goal. The second thing, when you accept this goal that was handed to you because, hey, it's your job kind of thing, and you've done a well-formed outcome, do you actually do the procedure of, is this in alignment with my core values? And specifically, like well-formed outcome goes like this. Everybody knows this one. What do you want? When do you want it? How will you know when you've completed or you have it? And does this align with my core values? And setting up whatever project that it is in alignment with your core values is going to change your approach. The third thing that I want you guys to consider about procrastination is a lot of times people haven't really specifically decided that they're going to choose to do that. And that brings in our DILT strategy. And the DILT strategy, if you want to take notes on it, it just kind of goes like this. Somebody tells you or you say, I need to get this done. That's step one. Step two is desire. When do I want to do this? Or do I actually want to do this? And then the third step of the decision strategy, of DILT's decision strategy, is options. What are my options here? What can I do to make this happen? What can I do here to make this simple and pleasing to myself, or however it is that you decide. And then the fourth step, which is the most important, is choice. I'm going to do this now. I'm going to do this tomorrow, or a week from Thursday at 9 a.m. But it's not I'm going to do this, and there's no finite time scale on it. It's, I'm choosing to do this. I'm going to do this now. I'm going to set time aside, and I'm going to complete this project or complete the first step. And a lot of people skip over this decision strategy as a matter of course. They haven't done a well-formed outcome. They haven't aligned it with their goals, and they haven't chosen to make this happen. And then the fourth part about this is, in my opinion, the most important part of this, which is your working style. If you are a proximity person and you need a human, now that could be a human in your office, that could be a human that's available by telephone or by video. You need to align your project with your working style. There are some people here who are flat independent workers. They don't need any help. If you try to help them, you're not only slowing them down, you're risking your life. But if you are a proximity person and you need that connection, make it happen. If you are a collaborative person or a cooperative person and you need your team, your squad, your buds, organize that to make that happen. And if you aren't, this could be one of the reasons that you're procrastinating stuff. It's not because you suck or you're useless or you're lazy or whatever names that you want to call yourself. If these four things are not in alignment, your completion of whatever project that you work on has now become iffy. And if you organize your projects in an FE way, you can develop a habit, or you can develop a uh, an expectation from others that you don't get your stuff done. And what if it was something simple like these 4 steps? And I'll just go over them again so you'll have them in your notes. One is a well-formed outcome that has a specific, it has a specific time that you're going to be completed. Does this align with your core values? Have you gone through the decision strategy, your need, desire, options, and choice? Have you chosen to do this? And then the fourth step is your working style.